Hey there, JavaScript enthusiasts. I'm Madan Mohan and welcome back to JavaScript Deep Dive. Today, we are shifting our focus to one of the most fundamentals and powerful features in JavaScript arrays. Whether you are organizing a list of your favorite movies or processing large sets of data, arrays are your go to tool. So, let's dive right in and unravel the magic of arrays and their most commonly used methods with real time examples to make everything crystal clear. To begin with, let's understand what an array is. An array is a single variable that can hold multiple values at the same time. It's like a list of items stored in a single variable. For example, let fruits equals square brackets. So it represents an empty array. Fruits is the name of an array and empty brackets represents empty array. So in order to add items to it, we can add it this way. This is an array having two items. Each item will be having its own index. The index of an array starts with 0. Here, the first item banana is having 0th index and the second one is having first index. So in order to access any item in an array, we can access it using the index. Let me show you. Console.log of fruits of 0, and let me see. So banana got printed just because you try to access it using an index of 0. What if I change this to 1? You can see apple. In order to know how many items are inside an array, we have a property called length. Let's see that in action. Console.log of fruits.length. I can see it is showing 2. That indicates we have 2 items inside an array. JavaScript provides numerous methods to manipulate arrays. Let's go through some of the most commonly used methods with examples, focusing on map, reduce, and filter. Let's start with map. Map creates a new array with the results of calling a provided function on every element in the calling array. Let me show you an example. Imagine you have an array of prices in dollars and you want to convert them to euros. Let's see how can we do that. Let price in dollars array, for example, 10, 20, and 30. Right, this is one array and we must have a conversion rate, right? Conversion rate equals to, let's see, 0.85. That means $1 equal to 0.85 euros. Let's write the logic for conversion. For that, let price in euros equals to price in, sorry, there must be space here, price in dollars dot map of function of price. So this is how you call a map method on an array. Price in dollars dot map of, I'm writing a function inside this method. This function would be executed on each and every item inside the array. Let's see how it works. I'm just returning price multiplied by conversion rate. That's how we calculate, right? Now let me console log the price in euros in order to see the output. And let me save this. I can see here 8.5, 17, and 25.5. So this is how we can use the map method. Now with this, let's move on to reduce. Reduce executes a reduce function on each element of the array, resulting a single output here. Let's say you want to calculate the total sales from an array of individual sales amounts. Let sales equals to 100, 200, 300, 400. Now I want to get the total sales out of it. Let total sales equals to sales dot reduce of function, and actually it takes two parameters, total comma sale. Inside the function I'm going to return total plus sale. The total would actually work as an accumulator and sale will take each item at a time. Initially the total will be 0 and sale is 100. Now 0 plus 100, the total would become 100. Next time the total would be 100 and the sale value is 200, right? So 100 plus 200. That's how we write a reduce function. Now let me log this and save it. I can see the output is 1000. This is how we write reduce method in JavaScript. Now let's move on to filter. Filter creates a new array with all the elements that pass the test implemented by the provided function. Suppose you have an array of ages and you want to find out who is eligible to vote. Let's see how we can achieve this using filter method. Let ages equals to. Now I want to identify who are actually eligible to vote. Right? Let me take one more variable here. Let eligible to vote equals to ages dot filter of function. Inside the function we have a parameter called age and the logic is return age simply greater than or equals to 18, right? That's what we want return. Let me correct the spelling here. Inside the function we have a parameter called age and if in case the age is greater than or equals to 18 then only that particular item is eligible, right? Let me log the output. You can see 18, 22 and 35. As I mentioned, filter will filter out the elements which met the condition. Here in this specific case 18, 22 and 35 are actually greater than or equals to 18, right? That's the reason you see a new array has been created by filtering these three items from ages. By elaborating it, you can even see the length of the array is 3 and you can see the index as well. So the first item of this array which is having 0th index and first index and so on. For example, I want to add one more item into ages array. How can I do that? Ages dot push. We have another method called push and inside which I want to add 50, right? And console.log of ages. Let's see the output. You can see here 12, 14, 18, 22, 35 and the last one is 50. So dot push is the method that we have in order to add items to the array, that too at the end of an array. What if I want to remove it? In place of push we can use pop. Let me save this. I can see the last one which is 35 has got removed. Push will be used to add a new item at the end of the array. Similar way, the pop will help us in order to remove an item at the end of an array. Alright, now we have shift and unshift. Shift removes the first element from an array and unshift adds one or more elements to the beginning of an array. Let's see them in action. Ages dot shift and we need not mention anything inside this. Let's save it. I can see 12 has been removed. What if I want to do unshift and add a 60 over here? You can see 60 got added. Similarly, we have a for each which executes a provided function once for every array element. Let's see. Let fruits equals to, let me add apple. For example, I have created this array and I want to use for each on this. Fruits dot for each of function of, it takes two parameters, item and index. Inside the function I just want to console.log of index and item. You can see the output here. Index 0 apple is the item, at index 1 mango is the item that we have. That's how we can use for each as well. We even have find and find index. Find actually returns the value of the first element that satisfied the provided test function. In order to do that, let me create an array with numbers 10, 35. Okay, first even numbers dot find. So this find will actually help us to find a specific thing which met the condition. Sorry, find of function. The parameter would be a number, and then here comes the logic num divided by 2 equals to 0. This is a condition that we use in order to check the given number is a even number or not. Let me log this. Okay, it should be first number and this one as well. Let me save. So 10 is a even number. Let's say I want to add 1, 2, 3, 4 and see. 2 is the even number. If you observe, 2 is an even number and 4 also a even number. But the thing is, whenever the first one has met the condition, that one would get printed. That's how the find works. We have another method called slice. The slice method in JavaScript is used to extract a portion of an array and return it as a new array without modifying the original array. You can specify the start and end indexes to define the portion that you want to extract. The slice method is very useful when you want to create a subarray from an existing array. Let me show you how. Let's say we have an array of numbers and we want to extract subarray from it. Let's see how can we do it. Let subarray equals to numbers dot slice of, let's say, 1 comma 4. Console.log of subarray. Now you can see it results 2, 3, 4. It created a subarray which is having 2, 3 and 4 items. Here the 1 as the start index and 4 as the end index. It start with 0, right? Starting with first index and fourth index. Now in between 1 and 4, 0 and 4, we are having 2, 3 and 4, right? That's the reason you're saying 2, 3 and 4 got printed. This is how you can extract a subarray from a new array. If you observe, if I log the original array, you can see the original remains same and the new one has been extracted from the original using slice. Similar way, we have a splice method in JavaScript. The splice method in JavaScript is used to add, remove, or replace elements in an array. Unlike the slice, splice modifies the original array. You can specify the start index, the number of elements to remove, and the elements to add. Splice of, for example, 2 comma 2. As we have written 2 comma 2 over here, this method removes two elements starting from index 2. So the index 2 is this, right? From here it removes two items. That's the reason you're seeing 3 and 4 got printed and 3 and 4 has been removed from the original array called numbers. That's how splice will actually modify the original array. That's it for today's episode on arrays and array methods in JavaScript. Arrays are incredibly powerful and versatile, and mastering these methods will help you handle data more efficiently in your applications. Especially with map, reduce, and filter, you'll find yourself performing complex operations with ease. Leave your questions and feedback in the comments below. Happy coding, and see you in the next episode of JavaScript Deep Dive.